Good morning, good evening. Welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 935, and we are here at the beach for sunset. We're having some really wacky weather around here today. It rained all weekend. It rained all day today, and it was supposed to stop raining by the time sunset came around, and now that's looking pretty iffy too. It's not raining right this minute, but I'm not sure if we're going to make it till sunset or not. Wait till you see how big the waves are. I am not in my most ideal spot. I've pushed myself all the way up into the grassy area, which means I could see a snake, and you know that means I will scream my head off. I'm surrounded by ants, but I knew that if I went too close to the water, there would be a lot of complaints about the sound of the wind, so I'm trying to be in a spot that's protected from wind. However, we are going to get up and walk to the beach just for a minute so you can see how big the waves are. They're so much bigger than we normally see them here on the Gulf Coast. Yeah, we're having, and you know what, and see how the clouds don't make it all the way down to the water's edge. That means we're still going to see something really pretty for sunset. In fact, I believe we're going to see the sun peek out above the clouds and below. So I'm going to turn the camera around here for a second so that we can walk down to the water's edge, because I want you to see these waves. And then if it does start raining, obviously we'll have to end the show early. But until that happens, we can at least enjoy it while it lasts. Look at these waves! Can you believe this? Look at all the erosion from the waves. Look at how steep this is right here. Can you see that? That's because these waves are so rough. And you can see the sun starting to spill out underneath the clouds here, and you can see some of the light above the clouds. I'm hoping that as we get closer to sunset, and maybe even after sunset, and if we stay long enough for a little twilight, I have a feeling the sky might light up really beautifully. And I'm willing to stay as long as this rain doesn't come. I'll stay as long as I can to show you and share with you. But look at these storms. This does not look good at all. And see how there isn't a tropical storm that I'm aware of, but I have not been watching the weather, the news, or anything else like that. But you see how close I am to the grass here, which is why I've got a few ants on my blanket tonight, and I'm afraid of snakes in the bushes, but anyway, if it wasn't so windy, I'd be out there, but I know some people won't like the sound if I go out there, so we'll stay where we're at. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me live. Hopefully you're enjoying getting to see a sunset for a change. I would really like to try to schedule the show at least once a week at sunset. You know, we do sunrise most of the week, but I think it is a nice fun. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. I want it to go up a little higher so you can see more of the clouds. That's not going to work. Let's see. Give me a second here. See if, I could lift it this way. See, I want to be able to see the top of the clouds too. Just not getting it. Sometimes there we go. We got a better angle. Now I can come down a little bit. There we go. All right, so not a traditional sunset, obviously, but just like with sunrise at sunset, no two are alike. They're always different, and it's that anticipation of not knowing what they're going to look like that is so fun and exciting to me. Hi Donna and Donna, back-to-back Donnas. Hi Joe and Ivy. Sorry about any names that I've missed. This has just been so much activity going on tonight that I had so much to show you right off the bat. And I actually have a lot of things to mention to you as well, including, look at these cuties that are back in stock. We have the small mesh zipper bags back in stock, and we have the double zip, double pouch bags back in stock. These are on sale for $2.99. These are on sale for $3.99. You can find them on my website, and if you're on my mailing list, you would have gotten an email about them the other day as well. I also released a new pattern and new video today for the Koa scarf. How pretty is this scarf? It's a 2-ball project in Be So Vivid yarn. It's a super simple 2-row pattern repeat, and what's really cool about this is that it is not identical on both sides, but both sides are pretty, and both sides pretty enough that you could actually just let them be whatever side they want to be. So this would be the front, the right side, meaning that you see the front post double crochet stitches on this side. And on this side, you see the back post double crochet texture of the stitches. But seriously, how gorgeous are they both? Yeah, all of the links for everything that I'm talking about will be written in the show notes. So Judy works on all of the links for everything I'm talking about, and she shares them at the very top of the video description after we're no longer live. So if you want any of the links for anything that I'm talking about, they'll all be listed in the show notes. So you can watch the video for this. I released the pattern and I released the video today. And in the video, I show you how to read the charts and crochet all the stitches to do this gorgeous scarf. And it is a 2-ball project in Be So Vivid yarn. I think I'll show you more of it when it's not so windy. But you can see it's a very nice size. That's the halfway point. So it's 66 inches long. So that's a decent size scarf for 2 balls of yarn, in my opinion. And Be So Vivid is worsted weight, so it works up pretty quickly on a 6mm crochet hook as well. Did somebody see lightning? I haven't heard any thunder, but I'm not sure. Oh, also I wanted to mention, and we can talk more about this maybe on another show as well. This would be super, super easy to modify into making something bigger. The stitch pattern is a multiple of 20 plus 2. So if you wanted to make it this length, 66 inches, but make more repeats, you could make a shawl, you could make a baby blanket, you could make a full-size afghan. Wouldn't this chevron stripe and this texture be amazing as an afghan? So depending on how wide you would want it, you would just add more multiples of the repeat. And we can talk about this again with my board on another day, where I can give you the estimates of yardage for making the bigger pieces. But I would imagine that you'd want to make this 3 times as wide for a shawl, so that would be 3 times 2. I would say at least 6 balls for a shawl, and probably double that for an afghan, so maybe 12 balls or maybe even more, depending on how big you would want it. But anyway, super, super pretty, easy to memorize, just really a wonderful project. It's called the Koa crochet scarf. I think the wind is picking up. So are you guys happy with the sound back here? Is the sound protection good, being that I'm in the weeds? I can't even say it without making a face, right? So worried the snakes are coming out. Sound is fine. Good. Yes, it would be absolutely beautiful as an afghan, Lisa. Oh, good. You can hear. Can you hear the waves still too? Because the waves are really loud. Can you hear them? You know they're big. We walked down there. You can see how big they are. You can hear the waves too. Great. All right, so the wind is quiet, even though it's not. It's very windy right now, but we're protecting the sound of the wind, and you can hear the waves. We're starting to see a little sunset here. So what time is it? Because I went a few minutes early because I was afraid it was going to start raining. The sunset is supposed to be at 6:50. So 5:28. Thank you, Joe. So that would be 6:28 here. So 28 to 50. We've got 12 minutes to go. Okay, 12 minutes to go before sunset, and the clouds have gone up a little bit. There's more space between the storm clouds and the horizon line, which means we definitely are going to get to see more of the sunset now. Yay! And won't it be amazing if it all lights up? Remember that time I came down here for sunset, but I rode my bike and we stayed past sunset and I had to ride my bike home in the dark. That was really scary. Well, you know what? I'm at Wiggins Pass tonight, which means my car is in a parking lot 50 feet from where I'm sitting. So we can stay as long as we want. If the lighting is really beautiful after sunset, we can stay for twilight if it's worth watching. So that's fun too. Oh, I also brought a couple other things to show you. I can't remember if I showed you the Hadley shawl or not yet. The Hadley shawl. Did I show you this one already? I think I did show you this one already. Maybe I just brought it extra then. So this is the next one that I'm going to be doing video tutorials on. Might start. This is a 6-ball project in Be So Lucky. The drape is amazing. Yes. Okay, good. So we did talk about that one already, so I'll put it away. I made it to the second color of my knit shawl in Be So Luxe yarn. I finished my first section in Sea Breeze. I'm on my second section now in Tropicana Cabana, and I'm alternating a couple of the stripes when we're changing color, just to make the color change a little more subtle, which it'll make sense once you see more of them. It's really easy to do. You just 2 rows of one color, 2 rows of the next color. You're not having to do anything fancy with holding the yarn or anything. And we're going to do 5 colors total. This is going to be, so the Hadley shawl was following the purple family column on the color card of Be So Luxe yarn. So let's see, from the top here, it's Lavender Lily, Aurora Splendor, Wild Pansy, Kimono Violet, Raisin the Bar, then Walking After Midnight, and then we reverse the colors again to really amplify the scallops of the edging. So we go back from Walking After Midnight to Raisin the Bar, Kimono Violet, Wild Pansy, Aurora Splendor, and Lavender Lily. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do all of that in the knit one. We'll see how I feel when I get further along. But I am doing another one of the color families from Be So Luxe yarn. So Be So Luxe yarn is my number 2 sport weight bamboo and cotton blend yarn that comes in 46 colors. And so on the color card you can see them all organized in color families. So this I'm calling the teal color family, starting with Sea Breeze and going on to Tropicana Cabana, Waterfall Rendezvous, Peacock, Feathers, and then Walking After Midnight. And so I've made it through the first 2 colors so far, and we'll just keep going. So I got a lot of this done getting caught up on season 3 of You on Netflix recently. If anybody else is a fan of You, you may or may not know that the 3rd season came out, and it was a doozy. Don't know what I'm going to watch yet. I'm still really having a lot of fun reading a book series right now, but I'm only making time to do it like it when I first wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night. It's the only time I'm not busy using my hands. Here we go. We're just getting to see some of the sunset. How pretty is that? It's like the sky's opening up for the sunset too. It's like I kind of want to knit, but then I kind of want to make sure I'm catching all your comments, and I still want to turn my head around to see the sunset too. So what do you guys think? Do you like changing up the time once a week to come here for a sunset? Oh, Joe, you just started book 1 of Agent Zero. That's awesome. I thought of you this morning, Joe, last night I finished book 5 in the Agent Zero series, and I was reading as fast as my eyeballs and my brain cells would allow me to be able to find out what happened at the end of book 5. And I was like, since Joe and I had discussed it on social media the other day, I can't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram, she said, would I like this book? And I couldn't remember specifically what we had talked about in books before, so I explained to her that it was an American version of a James Bond, like it's a CIA agent sort of thing, and she said she would like it. But I always worry when I recommend something to someone I don't want them to not like what I recommend, right? So I was hoping she would like it, and I was like, gosh, if she likes it half as much as I do, I think she'll be happy. Anyways, if anybody else likes spy thrillers, these Agent Zero books that I've been reading are so good. They're not super complicated. It's not like, they're easy reads. It's a light, easy read, but full of action. So if that's something that you like, you may enjoy them. I've been enjoying them. The kitties, Bjorn and Becker, have been very happy that Mommy has fallen in love with reading again, because what does that mean? It means I sit still, somewhere comfortable, usually with a blanket. There's a blackbird. 2 blackbirds just swooped by with stuff in their mouths, and it scared me. I'm sorry about that. They came down pretty low. Maybe they were bats. I don't know. No, they were bigger. They were birds. But anyway, they couldn't have been more than 6 feet off the ground, but it was something in their mouths, and it kind of startled me. So normally we see a lot more of the sunset than this, and there's more to see, but I'm afraid that if I pull the camera out more, then the wind is going to be more obnoxious. You can see maybe a little more from here. Now I'm in the middle of the walkway here, which means it would be not good for someone trying to walk by, but it doesn't seem too busy here either. Wow, it's like the clouds are getting out of the way for the sunset. Thank you. Mother Nature said, wait a second, Kristin's doing a sunset show. Let's make this sunset more interesting. No, just kidding, she didn't. It's just pure luck. Oh, we are going to see a beautiful sunset. I just know it. So can you see how the tops of the clouds are starting to light up too? That's going to get bigger as time goes on too. Yeah, it just keeps getting better, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So what are the minutes now? How far are we from 50 now? Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay, so I asked, but I don't remember if I watched to see. Do you guys like the idea of changing up the time, maybe once a week to do a sunset show? I thought this was a fun idea, but curious to see what you guys think. 14 minutes to go. 5:36. Okay, great. Thank you. Ah, Denise likes this time better because she's not working. Yes. Yeah, you know, different times of day come with their own sets of challenges, right? First thing in the morning is sometimes really wonderful. There's less people around. It's more calm. Sometimes it works for some people's schedules, but certainly sunset works for other people's schedules. It's a different, I know where the time is going to change pretty soon. We're going to go back to daylight savings time, and so then I think sunset will end up being an hour earlier than it is now, so it'll probably be in the 5:30-ish time frame, which will be a little more of a challenge for me to wrap up work to get here, and season's coming, so it'll be busier here too. But I'm hoping that with the weather getting cooler, I'll be able to ride my bike to the beach and take you to a quiet beach for sunset on those days. So anyway, I'm still trying to work out the kinks, but I do like the idea of doing Monday as the sunset session. When does the time change? It's the first week of November, so whichever Saturday, Sunday, it's the 6th or 7th, somewhere in that range. I looked it up. Okay, it is starting to rain now. Shoot. Yeah, it's raining on my camera. Let's see, what can we do? I may have an umbrella in my car. All right, I'm gonna run to the car real quick. Hopefully my phone doesn't get too wet. I'll be right back. It's so windy, I don't even know which way the rain's coming from, or if it's just mist from the waves, but I'll try to protect my phone if I can. Looked like there were some kids fooling around with my car when I went up there too, which was not cool. Okay, that should protect my November 7th is the time change. Okay, yes, that sounds about right. Oh, how pretty is the sun! I'm gonna try to wipe the camera down a little bit. Ah. What could I wear? Oh gosh, everything's wet. Okay, at least I have an umbrella for my camera now. I don't care if I get wet, but I do care about my phone. Oh, it's getting bigger. Oh, can you see the golden sun reflecting on the water too? Oh, I wonder, I would like to get closer. Well, when it gets closer to sunset, maybe we'll walk a little closer too. I love doing yoga down here when I come for sunset sometimes too. But I like to do the yoga before sunset because then I don't, because otherwise if my eyes are closed I miss the sunset. Yeah, the waves are really cool. Can you see how strong the wind is though? It's like, I'm not sure this umbrella is strong enough for it. So far so good. It's wanting to flip backwards sometimes though. Okay, so the sun went behind the thin clouds, which is okay because because it's going to pop back out from under those. I'm not sure how accurate the screen is showing you, but the clouds that the sun went behind now are very thin and golden still. They're not thick like the big storm clouds above it. I am fighting the umbrella with both hands. Well, my hands are busy now, so there'll be no more show and tell. We're just going to be watching the sunset, I guess, now that my hands are busy. This is my favorite part of doing things live in nature, though. You never know what you're going to get. Joe, my biceps are flexed, my hands are clenched, and my forearms are flexed. Like I am totally using all of my strength to hold this up right now. It's hilarious. No, I won't fly away. I'm not going to fly away. I'm too heavy for that. I just want to keep the rain off of my phone, that's all. Hi, Kathy from Ontario. Well, and what will be fun is, what I think will be fun is if we start doing a regular sunset show, I'll get to show you how different sunsets can be. You know how we always talk about that in the morning, that you never know what the beach is going to look like in the morning at sunrise either. Well, the same is true, if not more dramatically so, at sunset. You can have, some days it's just a giant fireball in the sky. Some days it's more muted colors. Some days the sky lights up after sunset with pink or purple or coral. And some days it doesn't. And today we're getting to see little tiny bits of a beautiful fiery sun behind gray clouds. You never know. And honestly, I think we're quite lucky tonight to be getting to see any of the sun. normally on a super stormy day, the sun doesn't peek out at all. Like, imagine if the sun was setting over that spot like over there, well, further over there, the sun wouldn't be peeking out. The clouds are more opaque at the horizon, like over there. If the sun was there, we wouldn't be getting to see a sunset right now. We happen to have the sun, it just happens to be at a spot that has a little opening in the clouds, like lucky. Oh, we have a birthday. Happy birthday, Marla. Oh, Marla, I'm so glad. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh, now the clouds are making a pattern over the sun. It was 82 when I left the house to come here. Good day. It feels much cooler than that now. I don't know if it's because of the wind or the dampness here, but it definitely feels like mid-70s now. Merrily, since it just started raining for her and she doesn't get much rain. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around now and attempt to walk closer to the water's edge with my umbrella. See, we got the umbrella so you can see, so we can check out the waves again. I want to make sure you're able to see how the sun reflects on the water. There's a little of it. We still have a lot of cloud coverage, but beautiful. Go ahead, it's fine. No, don't be sorry, it's okay. Aren't you guys glad he walked in front? Isn't that more fun to see him than if he went around? Oh, that's funny, Kathy. Layla and Hadley are both names that mean something to her. That's cool. Wow, those storm clouds look pretty serious over there. You can see where the clouds are reflecting the sunset over there. Can you see the peach and coral and gold reflecting on that cloud up high in the sky? And I also wanted you to see over here, there's some pink and coral and gold up in these clouds too. Do you even recognize these waves though? I mean, it doesn't even look like the same body of water we come to all the time, does it? Funny, I don't feel angry here. I've seen a few descriptive words that these aren't tranquil and they look angry. I don't feel that. I feel like it's very mesmerizing, but also still very relaxing to me. Now, I don't think we're going to see any more sun at this point. Oh yeah, the waves are showing off for us. They're telling us to come for sunset more often. Oh, there's some light reflecting on the wet water from the sunset, on the wet sand. It's a little bit, not much though. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. I'm having a hard time walking and chewing gum today. Okay, so it stopped raining, so I'm trying to put down my umbrella, but I can't do that one-handed. So let's go put the tripod down, and then I can close the umbrella. And then maybe if you guys want to stay for a couple more minutes, I'll stay for a couple more minutes. Oh, what's in my toes? Okay, it was just a stick. Yeah, right. Because like there's going to be a snake waiting to go right between my toes when I sit on my towel. Yeah, I don't think so. But that's what it felt like for a second. You know how skittish I am about snakes. So what we can do now is, I don't think it's going to really light up the sky tonight, but I'll stay if you guys want to stay. Do you want to stay for another few minutes and see what happens? All right, so I put the umbrella down. Now I can just pick this back up when you go closer to the water. Yeah, as long as we're here. This is what I want to do. I want to sit my booty down right here at the edge. I don't even care if I don't have my towel. Oh yeah, look at that. It came right up to the edge. This is mesmerizing. Oh sure, we get horrific thunderstorms at the beach sometimes, but the surf guy is right over there. He's still out there. Oh, is he gonna get up? Yeah, he is getting up. Are you kidding me? It started raining again now that I put my umbrella down. Of course it did. Okay, I gotta go back. It's raining now. I tried. Oh, even if that was only a minute, however long that lasted, wasn't that amazing to be right at the edge of the water though? Like the wind died down a little bit. The rain stopped for a second. That was a treat in itself. Okay, I think the rain is starting to start for real now though, so thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunset, the scenery, all the action, all my show and tells, chatting with me and everyone else. Don't forget, all the links to everything that I talked about will be available after the show's over in the video description. You'll see everything that I talked about there. And everything I talked about is available on my website, so if you just go to my website, you can find everything there too. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. And tomorrow it'll be sunrise, regular time, or 9 a.m., whatever it is. Okay, bye-bye.